The Muckrakers were a group of reformers that played a major role in the progressive movement. They reacted to problems that had emerged due to the rapid growth of factories and cities. Muckrakers tried to improve the lives of people in cities and eliminate corruption. They attacked industries like the Standard Oil, U.S. Steel, and the meatpacking companies.
Jacob Riis moved from Denmark to New York in 1870. Unable to find work, he found himself living in police lodging houses and begging for food. The conditions in the lodging houses were so bad that he vowed to get them closed. Riis found a job as a police reporter, and he worked in the poorest, most crime-ridden areas of the city. He saw the deplorable conditions that the immigrants lived in and began to bring his camera to document everything he saw. He compiled these photos in his book, How the Other Half Lives, which brought many needed reforms in the housing laws.
Another key muckraker was Upton Sinclair, who was famous for his novel The Jungle. In his book, he exposed the unsanitary and immoral working conditions. He wrote about how he saw men with skin diseases making direct contact with the meat, as well as a sped-up assembly line that caused many men working with knives to lose their fingers. He said there were workers with tuberculosis coughing and spitting blood right next to where the meat was processed. He also explained how diseased, rotten, and contaminated meat products were processed, mixed with chemicals, and then sold to the public. Lincoln Steffens used articles to expose political corruption. His famous book, The Shame of the Cities, is a collection of articles reporting the works of corruption in several major U.S. cities. However, unlike most muckrakers who were trying to expose the sources of corruption, Steffens blamed the public for allowing the corruptions to take place. Ida Tarbell was one of the few women muckrakers. She famously wrote The History of the Standard Oil Company, where she attacks John Rockefeller, who had monopolized the oil industry. She exposed his unethical tactics and the poor treatment he gave his workers. She said that the Standard Oil Company never played fair, and that ruined their greatness for me. Thomas Nast was a talented cartoonist. He was first recognized by Abraham Lincoln as the best recruiting sergeant for the Union because his drawings were so effective for encouraging people to join the war. After building his credibility, he started to expose political corruption. He attacked William Marcy Tweed, who ran the Democratic Party, by depicting Tweed and his political party as vultures surrounding a dead New York. Tweed offered Nast a $500,000 bribe to leave town and stop attacking him. However, Nast continued to attack Tweed, who then left the country to avoid being prosecuted.